Good morning. Why do we let the tiny things stop us from just doing what the Lord told us to do? I'm going to let you in on a little bit of my personal story this morning. Um, Big things are changing around here, this channel, with me personally, my life. My husband's life. There's a lot of change going on. And I've been asking a lot of questions of the Lord. And it's, I want more. Nothing more than to do what he's called me to do and to just be obedient, you know? And the further I go in trying to do that, I see how I let the tiny things, really minuscule things, get in the way of what the message Jesus has. So I just want to share something with you this morning and how God works, how God speaks, how God does what he does when I just sit down and talk to him. You know, that is one of my favorite places to be. Started probably about 8 years ago now, where it went from just a devotional time trying to do the devotions and trying to do all the things that I thought would make my relationship with him work. Not really work, that's not a good word. That would make it grow, that would make it a true relationship. Like I felt we were on the same team, like I felt he got me and I got him, and like I heard him and I know this voice from my own voice and the devil's voice. Anyway, when you begin that and you see that that being with him is what it's all about. It's what all of this Christianity stuff is all about. He just arrests your heart, and that's all you want to do. That's all I want to do, is to sit with him, be with him, talk to him, read his word, and let him just pour into me. So that's what I do every morning. I get up. That is part of my routine, is I get up and I sit with him. And sometimes that looks like crying and journaling and praying. Sometimes it looks like just reading chapters out of the word. Sometimes it is reading several devotions. Sometimes it's studying what I'm reading. But I want to share with you today what came, because it was all of that. I did all of that this morning. And he took me in a full-on study. What started this today was, like I alluded to at the beginning of the video, there are big changes coming for me, for this channel, for my ministry going forward. And I know that. I have known that. But I have been so hesitant to step into it because it's different. It's more. It's not all encouraging words and all the good things of Jesus that tickle the ears. There's more. There is more that he wants me to share. And it won't always be easy to hear. It won't always tickle your ears. It won't always pat you on the back. It is going to challenge, and it is going to, it's going to be a hard word to share. And it has been a wrestling. It has been a not wrestling with him and what he has for me to do. It's been a wrestling with Sheila. A wrestling, an internal wrestling, an internal almost turmoil at times. Because I don't feel qualified. I'm not qualified, okay? I'm just gonna start it. Not that I don't feel qualified. I am not qualified. I am not skilled. I am not um, the speaker material. I am not a great communicator. I like to talk and I just ramble on and on. I know that about myself. I know all these flaws about myself. And yet, he said, no, you're the one I want. The flawed one. That's who. It's you. It's still you. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I don't know. I don't think I will ever understand why it's me he's inviting into this adventure with him. Except the fact that that's all I want is to be with him. And I constantly tell him that. I don't want to be anywhere but where you are. I have come to know the love and the presence and the power of Jesus, and I don't want to be anywhere else. So that's the only reason I think he's inviting me to go on this journey with him, and I want to do it. Nothing makes me more thrilled than to be honored enough that he invited me to teach his word, to preach his word, to evangelize the lost, to say things that I've been scared to say to the church. How we do church in America, what it has come down to. The words I have been afraid to use for fear of hurting feelings, and certain ones, just the vocabulary, just the, I've been holding back so much for the fear of man is what it really comes down to. And it wasn't that I need your approval or any person's approval. God is, oh my goodness, oh my gracious day. Can I tell you the healing that he has brought to this little girl that insecure doesn't even begin. Doesn't even begin. Oh my goodness, that makes it look good. I was so insecure, so fearful, so needing of people to affirm me for whatever they would affirm me for. I was so needy for acceptance and approval, and that doesn't go away just because you get older. Can I get a witness? So to say that I can say today, it's not that I am afraid that people will not approve of me or make me popular and liked and build a platform. That is absolutely nothing to me anymore. Nothing. I only want the approval of the Lord. Only. That's the only approval I want. But I'm human, and humans have feelings. Humans get hurt, and I know that with what God is asking me to do, not every Christian, not every churchgoer, not every person who calls himself a Christian is going to like it. And I want to honor and lift up the church. That is what I'm doing. I'm only stepping out to do these things knowing that I will probably be attacked. I will probably be ridiculed. I will probably, all the things. I anticipate that, actually. But here's what the Lord told me this morning, as I am again telling him, I want to do this. I want to do this more than anything for you and with you. It's so big. I don't know how. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't see myself as capable as you do, Lord. I know this YouTube channel is part of it. This is where I'm to share the messages he's given me. And I'm like, but YouTube is so big. All the other people that are so much better at this than me, why don't you just use them? He says, no, Sheila. Go tell him what I told you to say. Just do it, please. Okay, so this has been years in the making. And it's like I've taken these little steps along the years. And still, this morning, it was like, this was the holdup this morning. This tiny little thing. It's so stupid when I talk about it. I'm like, Sheila, you know. And yet I still struggle with it. Here's what it is. Lord, I could talk about you all day, every day. On a camera, off a camera. I've got good things to say about you constantly. But my holdup is, because I'm not always fixed to be on camera for the world to see. I don't like having to get ready anymore. It takes a lot of energy. I hear you best. I feel you most. I am inspired and motivated to speak when I'm walking and sweaty. Lord, who's going to want to look at that when I put it out there? Who's going to want to see that? Nobody's going to listen to that. Here's what I want to tell you. As I was whining about that, here's what he said. Sheila, John the Baptist, I want you to go take a look. Think back to John the Baptist. Think back. Think with me now, Sheila. Think. John the Baptist, okay. He's living in the wilderness. He's living off grid. That's what we call it today. He's living off grid. He's not living in a home, going to the, he's living in the wilderness. Okay? He is wearing camel's hair clothes with a leather belt. AKA, he's making his own clothes from things he found in the wilderness. He's not dressed in a fancy suit. He's not dressed as one that would preach my word. He's not dressed in the fanciest of garbs. Okay, go on further, Sheila. Tell me some other things you remember about John. Like, okay, I remember a sermon that I will never forget because it made me laugh. That he ate locusts and honey, which were in the wilderness, in the forest, off grid where he lived. That's what he ate. So he ate a different diet. He probably had some locust legs hanging out his teeth. I'm thinking to myself that he probably had some bushy hair and a bushy beard. Because living off grid, that's probably not your first priority. It's keeping yourself shaven and haircut and all the things every day. And so it was like the Lord said, so what, so you're telling me that John the Baptist was not all fixed. He was not the one they were drawn to. He was not wearing the priestly garb as this is who the godly people are that you need to listen to. But yet what, Sheila? Tell me the rest of the story, Sheila. But yet they came to him. Yes, John went about when the Lord told John, it's time, go. When God spoke to him and said, go, he began to go around preaching the message the Lord had given him to preach, which was preparing the way for Jesus to come in and begin his ministry. John knew what his message was. So John went about preaching, but then he would come back to his wilderness and they would come to him. They would bring others to him to listen to what this crazy looking guy, wild looking, passionate, just like he almost probably, I'm thinking in my opinion, the Bible doesn't say this, the Bible doesn't call him crazy, but he was crazy enough to do what the Lord told him. He was crazy enough to look insane to prepare the way for Jesus. So that's what he was showing me this morning. It didn't have anything to do with what he looked like, what he wore, how he sounded. People probably thought he was crazy. A lot of the people probably came because they said, I got to go see this crazy man everybody's talking about. What's going on out there? But what the Lord wanted me to see is it did not matter. It actually worked better because he looked like he didn't know a thing. He appeared crazy, but the message that came out of his mouth that they had not heard anywhere else, the message was from me. The message that came out of his mouth was what they saw and heard, not his package. So that, and then I went on a deep dive into reading the Gospels about John, and wow, I think I got a whole message there coming, but that's what I wanted to share with you today. It's just my personal walk. He's asking me, go prepare the way for Jesus. Go prepare the way for me. I'm coming, and I want you to go prepare the way. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you dress in. I don't care if you got makeup on or not. I don't care if you got gray hair. I'm getting them fixed today, y'all. I do look better. I try to look better. I try to live in the land of the living. I don't want to live in an off-grid. I want my electricity. I want my hot shower. I want all the luxuries. But I'm going to look throwed. I'm going to look like I live in the wilderness half the time. But the message here today is, I want you to hear the message that Jesus is sending out through this plain looking, uneducated, no seminary here, but just the Lord has asked me, share what I tell you to share. I need you to prepare the way because I am coming. I am coming, and they need to know. So that's what I'm trying to do. I have kept trying to tell him, Lord, I don't know how to even begin this new level, this new message, this new revivalist is what he has told me to call myself. That's the term he gave me, because so many other terms scared me to death and kept me terrified. He said, just go share what I give you to share with the church, the world, anybody who'll give you an ear. So that's what I'm trying to do. I ask you to pray for me. I ask you to Come along on this journey with me. If you think that we are living in a day where we need to shine brightest, we need to share everything we know about the hope we have in Jesus, because the day is dark and the days are getting shorter and shorter, and he's coming, and he is the hope that we need to spread so that we can all be ready. Love you all. I hated for this to be this long, but it is what it is, and I have to stop apologizing for just being me. Love y'all. Bye.